2 or 3 years, where can this technology take us?
I mean, it's remarkable. I was reflecting with my co-founder, Mark Friedel, who's a pioneer in the field of remote sensing. And, we're dealing with something like 4 quadrillion observations right now, mostly from the ESA and NASA. And that because we need that 20-year span to be able to do forward-looking models. And, just to come in contact with data cubes of that size would have been impossible for a venture at our stage even 5 years ago. And so I think we're definitely an example of a company that wouldn't exist but for the maturity of machine learning. You couldn't go to a global scale. We're now monitoring all the fields in the world every day. And for us, all of the big breakthroughs at TELUS Labs, and really what helped us build the company a couple of years ago, was around high-quality feature engineering. And by that, I mean taking the raw data feeds from instruments like the operators here on the stage and making them physically meaningful. And that takes domain experience. We call it human-led machine learning. That means we're hiring meteorologists and agronomists and people that really know the domain that we're focused in. And we're not letting sort of deep learning systems reinvent 50 years of remote sensing science. We don't think that those kinds of approaches work well for complex systems like forestry, agriculture, and water. And so I think for a lot of the grand challenges that we're all facing, like how are we going to double the food supply in the next 20 years, there's absolutely going to be a human in the loop. It hadn't happened. And, I think we'd like to be a poster child for what's possible bringing open satellite data into some really tough environmental scale challenges. But certainly, we find ourselves as evangelists around the importance of these government EO missions. I think it's been said as benchmarks, but also as the primary instrument, depending on the kind of problem you're posing. And maybe just for the point of being a little bit provocative, as an analytics company, I don't want to have to care about the sources of these pixels. In fact, I'd prefer not to think about pixels anymore. And we feel it's a little old-fashioned to even be talking about images, individual image as a unit of measure around what the system is doing. We're much more excited about a framework where someone, either us or someone else in the value chain, is bringing the best of breed. I just want to know what's happening to that cornfield in Iowa. And I don't care if it's coming from a balloon or from radar or from a number of electro-optical sensors. I just want it analytic ready, lowest latency possible, and in a package that I can do something with,